Everybody. How are you? My name is Pam Morin. I am a Creative Memories Advisor, and we get together every Wednesday night in so many different places. You can find me here on my Facebook page. You can find me over there on my Facebook groups. You can watch me and my YouTube channel. So many places that I try and get out to so that you don't miss our Wednesday nights together, because I so look forward to seeing you guys. I look forward to sharing something with you, hopefully to inspire you and motivate you to work on your scrapbooking albums, or maybe make some cards, or just go relax in your scrapping space, because it does bring me calmness and peace when I'm sitting here in my scrapbooking room. And I love to share that with you guys. We are here at 7 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday night, most every Wednesday night. I do miss a couple Wednesday nights if I am traveling with work, but most Wednesday nights you can find me. And if you are not finding me live, you can also rewatch the videos. They will be out on my Facebook page and in groups for, I think it's 30 days that Facebook allows them to stay out there now. And YouTube, there is no time limit. So go check out my Pam's Scrapbooks YouTube channel for all of my videos since the beginning of my channel. You can start at the very beginning and see how it has all progressed. I'm also participating in another group. We are going to do a group video every month, and it's going to have a different theme. It's getting ready to come out on October the 16th. So watch for that on my my YouTube channel. And so it's a good idea to go out there and subscribe, and then also click on the little bell so that you are informed when I have a new video out there. And what will happen is you'll see my video, and then there'll be a link to the other videos that are participating in the group. And it's called #CM Creative Crew. That's it. #Creative Crew. It's going to vary how many people will be participating each month. There could be 4 videos to watch. There could be 5. But they'll all be linked together so that you can watch them one right after the other, and they'll all have the same theme. Like I said, the next one is October 16, and it's a Halloween theme. So you'll see all Halloween layouts. Of course, if that's not a theme that you normally create in your scrapbooks, don't let that keep you from watching all of the videos, because you could definitely use whatever you have there in your stash to create the layouts. So please join us for that. All right. Well, I'm just jumping right in there on all the fun things. I hope you guys that are coming on will say hi and let us know where you're watching from. That's always fun. Hello, Miss Crystal. I have not seen you for a while. Thanks for joining from California. You're such a sweetie. All right. So it's birthday week. It's Happy Birthday Creative Memories Week. If you don't know the story, gosh, I can't remember what year the original Creative Memories was founded. 1980 something. And then they went bankrupt in 2013. And then Caleb bought the company in 2014, and we reopened. And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen us lately, you should go take a look at my website. The QR code is right up here in the corner. Just hover your phone camera over that and click on the yellow link that pops up. It's a combination of old CM and new CM. It's new and improved, but still with the old and ever so wonderful albums and tools and organization. but just every year there's some kind of improvement that we do on our products, our designers. I mean, it's just a fabulous company, and I'm so glad when they came back so that I could join and be an advisor again and save on my products that I buy with a so much better advisor plan, because it allows you to be a business advisor. It allows you to be a personal use advisor, somebody that just wants to enjoy the discount on your products. So much flexibility and no obligations. I love that. So go check out Birthday Week. Happy birthday. Yay. 2014, we were born and we came back. And so every year at this time is Birthday Week, and Creative Memories gives you a free gift. And this year they are giving away this 52 Creative Challenge cards, card deck with card sleeves and a divider to organize in your Creative Motivation binder. So the Creative Motivation binder is available out on my website. That is sold separately. But this is a fun way to get new ideas and to be challenged. So you put the cards in the sleeves, and you turn them face up until that you complete that challenge, and then you turn them face down. So something fun to put in your binder to take with you to crops, or just to use in your scrapping space, to give you a fun way to do new layouts. And on every card there is a QR code that gives you an example of that layout. So just a fun way to give you ideas. And what a great way, great game if you're an advisor and you host events. What a great game to play at a crop. Or if you are someone that you have a group of ladies that you get together with on a regular basis, what a fun game to play with your scrapping friends is to bring these cards and flip them over and give everybody a challenge, and then see the difference between the layouts. That's what I love, is everybody's making the same layout, but they all will look different. They will all have their own style to it, their own flair, their own little touch on those layouts. Because, we all have a different creative process, creative thinking, and it's all perfect. As long as it is representing you, then it is perfect. All right, so that is the birthday gift this year, are the creative cards. Don't forget, this Friday night is a virtual crop. We are going to get together and make the sketches from the Creative Memories virtual crop, which is happening this weekend. We will make the 4 sketches. Normally, we usually get through 3 of the sketches. So that gives you a great start, and you can get those sketches done and take a picture of them and post them in the Creative Memories virtual crop group so that you can try and win a prize. So that is happening this Friday night. My virtual crop. It is free. I just ask you to register so that we have your name and email, and then also it gives a little bit of extra security for who is joining the crop. So if you want to hover over this QR code here in the middle of your screen with your phone camera, then you'll get that link and you can go register for my Friday night virtual crop for this Friday. And if you are someone that has attended in the past, it is the same one every Friday night virtual crop. So just hold on to that meeting link, because Zoom will email you this meeting link, and you're just going to click on that and join us twice a month, the 2nd and the 4th Fridays of the month. And I can't wait to see you guys this Friday. And I can't wait to make the sketches. That is my favorite, is making sketches. I love it. I love sketch challenge. And I just feel like I have a lot of freedom in how I'm making a page if I have a sketch. So I just love it. And I love that it gives me an idea, gives me a starting point. So come and join us this Friday. All right, I talked about joining Creative Memories. I gave you kind of a little bit of a um, idea that there's no obligations when you join. Just wanted to share with you that um, the join gift has changed. There's a new join gift every quarter, and we are now in the fourth quarter. So this is the join gift, and these are the Creative Memories pods. I love, or totes, I should say, large pod tote. I love our totes. They hold so much. They fit your albums, they fit your papers, they fit your project folders. All of that can go into one tote, and you can take it with you to crops. You can organize your scrapbooking room. And you'll notice with this tote, there's actually a pocket in the lid. So you can store more things in that pocket and bring them with you to crops. So when you join my team this quarter, October, November, December, you will get this tote for free. There's always a free gift when you join to welcome you to Creative Memories. All right, we did have a launch this week. So I'm just going to quickly show you the new products that came out this week. This is the new product flyer, and it's Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and there's lots of magic in Christmas. So you'll see that this beautiful new Christmas collection has everything you need for your Christmas albums. You've got the album there. You've got the paper packs. I know that there is a beautiful set of laser borders. I love our laser borders. You get 2 punches with this Buy It All bundle. You can see it. I know the pictures are very small, but you can see the Buy It All bundle right here. On this side, all of these items you get in the Buy It All bundle, and you get the bonus project folder as well when you purchase the Buy It All bundle, and it's 10% off when you buy it in the first 2 weeks after it's released. So lots of great reasons to get that Buy It All bundle. Okay, so Christmas came out, and then we're going to continue Christmas over here. You can see, like I mentioned, we have some laser borders up here, beautiful laser borders, and then the embellishments are there in the center of the flyer. And then over here on this side, you'll see the project playbook that I was talking about. Here are the 2 punches that you get with the Buy It All bundle. The ornaments border punch, and then the Jingle Bells standalone punch, and actually you get 3, and the Angels chain border maker cartridge. So 3 punches that came out with this Christmas collection. And then they also have down here on the flyer, they're talking about there's some punches out on my website that are 50% off. They've been marking punches down 50% off. So be sure and check out the new category, the new menu on my website. Click on new, the link at the top that says new, and you'll see all of these products. You can see them close up. Also, this release or this launch, there are scissors, holiday scissors in green and red. There is a December Days tag kit, and ladies who have our 12-inch trimmer, it is time for 2 new style of blades. Yay! So excited. I can't wait to get mine. The 12-inch trimmer blade, Rhythm and Twist. So you see those here and here on the flyer. And then there is a bundle that you can buy all of the blades. So you can get all 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them now. You see that in the center of the flyer there. You can get all of the blades in one bundle. All right, so that is the beautiful launch that came out this week. Christmas. Are you all ready for Christmas? Not. We have to celebrate everything else first. We have to celebrate Halloween. We have to celebrate Thanksgiving, and then I will be ready for Christmas. And speaking of Halloween, you see behind me, I never know which way to point. Here, there we go, is the Halloween album that came out this year, the little ghosts. I think I mentioned before, but I got 2 of these for my grandkids. And then there's a skeleton album that I got for my 2 older grandkids, and I can't wait to use those for their yearly album. I just think they are adorable. I love this little ghost with his cute little feet and his 2 little eyeballs and holding his little candy. I love it. So that is the album that you see behind me. All right. Hey, Bev. And Bev says she can't wait for Friday. I can't wait either, Bev. I'm looking forward to seeing you. All right. What else? Did I put my flyer? No, I didn't put my flyer. So let me just talk about my events real quick, and then we're going to get started on our layout. So Friday night virtual crops, I mentioned the next one is October 10th. That is this Friday. You'll see then in line number 3. Oh, that's past. I'm sorry. That's the virtual crop. I haven't scheduled another one yet, so I have to update that date and schedule our next all-day virtual crop. The other virtual crop that I have coming up this year is the New Year's Eve crop, and that is on the Virtual Croppers Facebook group, December 31st and January 1st. That is lots of fun. And then my in-person events, be sure and register for our next crop and craft weekend. It's November 7 through the 8th, and that is in Mechanicsburg, Ohio. I think I have the wrong address up there at the top. I apologize. I'm going to fix that too. It's not in Urbana in Springfield. We had to change locations, and it's in Mechanicsburg this time. It's Friday, 11 to midnight, and Saturday, 8 to 11 for $50, and it's to benefit the Long Road CrossFit Foundation. So I hope you guys will join us for that. I'm having a couple open houses this year, the 22nd of November and the 13th of December. And then my next retreat is December 5th through the 7th, and that is at the Western Buckeye Christian Service Camp in Houston, Ohio. And it is $150, 3-day weekend, and it's a cute little cottage-like campsite, and they do a kids camp during the summer. So there's lots of fun games outside. There's lots of places to walk around and stretch your legs, and the inside is just adorable. We have a great big scrapping area, and then there's 2 bedrooms that are like dorm room sleeping, and there's 10 beds in each room. And they're very comfortable, full-size beds, and you get your own bed, you get a little nightstand and a little lamp next to your bed. Very comfortable, very homey feeling, and their food is served in a buffet style. And it's homemade, wonderful food. We just had a blast there last year. It was our first year. So come and join us at the Western Buckeye. All right. That is all of the announcements. I had a lot of announcements this week since we missed last week. So I appreciate you guys hanging through those. I know sometimes they can be long. So let's get to it. Let's talk about what we're making tonight. I was really excited last night when I was putting this together because I thought this is just going to be so fun. I can't wait to show it. Okay, hold on just a second. I need to change my screens here. Let me get this one going. There you are. Okay, now this one seems to be hanging out behind here. There we go. We're going to hide me. We're going to spotlight my table. All right, very good. Here we are. So this is my album that I decided to call, let me show you the spine here. It's called My Book About Me. And I don't know, I got the idea from All About Me books that kids do at school. And I thought, well, that would be fun, a fun theme to do an All About Me book. Now, I have a heritage book. So in that book, I have done some of my childhood. But then I also have, old pictures of relatives and things like that in that album. And so I thought I would do something that's just me and start with my childhood. And I'm not sure where it's going to lead me, but we'll find out. This is an album from a couple years ago. I know it's beautiful. I love it. I'm hoping they come back with it at some point. You know, sometimes they bring back the most popular albums, so you may see this at a later time. But I do love the Sunflower album. And they didn't have, I don't think they had this color of album, I'm sorry, color of spine for my album. So that's why I went with the black. I just think it looks gorgeous together, the black and the gold. But also I'm using black refill pages in this album. So I thought that would be, you know, kind of cohesive there to have the black spine that matches the black refill pages. So I think I've showed this in previous videos, so I won't, you know, do too much of showing you every page, but I am using the Retro Vibes collection. Now this collection is still available, but it is an advisor only product. So, you know, one of the many perks that we get as being an advisor, we have a whole catalog of products that only advisors can purchase. But reach out to your advisor, reach out to me, and let me know if you'd like to purchase this. I can get it for you. It's called Retro Vibes. I'd be happy to get that for you and get it to you. I love this, and this was one of the Secret Box collections. Came out last year, I think Secret Box #1, maybe. No, maybe #4. Maybe it was toward the end of the year. But anyway, I had thought about doing an album, and then when this came out, I decided this would be perfect since I was born in the retro times. Oh, I forgot to use my little thing here. So here we go. Ooh, look. Yep, retro vibes. Look at those retro vibes sailing across Star Page right now. Woo! fun little things we can add to the videos. Okay. So this is the collection that I'm using in this album. I'm planning to use only this collection in this album. Unless there's others that coordinate with it, then, you know, I may switch, but I want to keep the same color palette throughout the album. All right. So for our layout tonight, we are going to use 2 of the black refill pages as our base page. But if you're not using the black refill pages, you can use 2 pieces of black cardstock for your base. That will be perfect. But I just wanted to show you, this is what I'm using is our black refill pages. Now these are a special edition of the black refill pages. They have the white jeeping on them instead of black. Normally our everyday black refill pages have the black jeeping, but these came out during a special promo. I don't even know when, last year, year before, with the white jeeping. So this specific style isn't available, but we definitely have the black with the black jeeping available. Okay. So I'm going to put the album aside for right now while we're creating our page. And I decided I wanted to use this designer paper for the layout tonight. I love it. I haven't used it yet in my album, so I'm excited to have this swirly fun pattern. But these are the other patterns, the other designer pieces that are in this collection. You know, all the retro things, you know, things that make you think about roller skating and peace and love and flowers and just all those fun 70s vibes. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside because we're just going to use this one. That's all you need is 1 piece. And then afterward, we're going to put some photo mats on the page, and the coordinating cardstock with the retro vibes is pumpkin. So I have some pumpkin set aside, so we'll put some of those on. I also have some of our fun embellishments and stickers and such, so we'll do a little decorating. All right, let's get to it. All right, so first I'm going to get my paper lined up on my 13-inch mat. I love I love the 13-inch mat because, then I can have my paper and I know that it's straight. If I'm trying to lay things on it, I know that it's lined up because it's got that full 12 by 12 right there on the mat. And then I have the measurements all along the edge. So I just love our 13-inch mat for those reasons. They help me line things up. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you are going to take a pencil and you are going to, I'm going to get rid of this little guy up here. There we go. You are going to make a little pencil mark at 5 inches. You're going to count over 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to make a pencil mark right there. And then you're going to count down the side of your paper 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to make a little pencil mark right there. So you have a pencil mark here and here at 5 inches. Okay. Now you guys know that you can use whatever you have in your stash. That's why we call this Scrap Your Stash, because you can use up what you have there in your scrapbooking space, right? We want to use up what we have. This is the tearing tool that I'm using. This is Peaks and Valleys. It is still available out on my website. They are $10 and they are in the low inventory category on the website. So if this is something you are wanting to get, you'll want to get it soon. I do have maybe 3 or 4 of these in my inventory. So if you are somebody who is close to me and you're gonna and you would like to purchase it and you want to schedule a time to come pick it up, that would be perfectly fine. Just let me know. I do have a few in my inventory. Okay, so if you're making this right along with me, so far all we've done is we've picked out our designer paper. We've made a 5-inch mark here and here. Now, I just want to stop for a second. We're going to make a couple more 5-inch marks, but I just want to stop because I want to make sure we understand what we are going to be making. So what we're going to do is we are going to tear off the corners. We're going to start with this one and tear that one off. Then we're going to go to this one and tear this one off. Okay. So we're going to tear off this corner and we're going to tear off this corner. All right. And then we're going to turn it and we're going to tear off these other 2 corners. And we're going to be left with a rectangle left piece of paper. Okay. So I just want you to know that so that you can decide which direction you want your the pieces that we tear off to be in, because this we just marked from the 5-inch to the 5-inch. We're going to take our tearing tool and we're going to place it like this. And we're going to tear off this corner. And this corner is going to go in the top right corner of the right side of your layout. So I want you to make sure that you have your designer paper in the direction that you want it. I want my stripes to be going vertical. If you have a striped paper and you want them to be going horizontal, then you're going to want to turn your paper and put your marks so that they are with your stripes horizontal. So I did mine like this. If you want your stripes to be horizontal, then you need to put your 5-inch mark here and your 5-inch mark here so that when you tear it off, it's in horizontal. Okay. So I want to just take a minute to make sure that you have your paper in the direction that you want it, because this is going to be up in the corner in your layout. Okay. All right. So we're going to have a total of 4 marks on our paper. We've done 2. We counted over 5 inches right here. We counted down 5 inches right here. Okay. Top right corner. Now we're going to do the same in the bottom left corner. We're going to count over 5 inches down here. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. 5 inches down here. Here's my 5-inch mark. and we're going to count up 5 inches right here. Okay? So we're going to tear off this corner, 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 and we're going to be left with a rectangle square. Okay? That is the goal. That is what we are aiming for. Okay. Plus, another thing to consider when you're picking out your paper, not only do you want to keep in mind which direction you want your design to be, but you also want to pick out a piece where you like the opposite side, because we're using the opposite side. When we tear these out and we have our 4 corners, we're going to use this side for the 4 corners. We're going to use this side for the square. We're going to have this face up. So you want to make sure that the piece that you select is a double-sided piece and that you like both sides for the layout, because we are going to be using both sides. All right. Things to think about while we're making this. All right, so you should have 4 marks now. Let's go back over them, because if you're like me, making marks and measurements can be stressful. So, 4 pencil marks. Top right, bottom left. Top right, we counted over 5, and they're all 5 inches. We counted over 5 inches and we made a mark there. We counted down 5 inches and we made a mark there with our pencil. That's the top right. Then bottom left, same thing. We counted over 5 and we counted up 5. Okay? All right. Perfect. Let's tear. So this is a different style of tearing tool than what I have used in the past. I haven't seen this open slit in the center before. Now, maybe this is something you guys have seen. Maybe you can share that with us on the chat. Have you seen and have you used this style with that slit down the middle? And if you have, tell us how you used this. I've seen this in a couple videos, and so I'm going to try and use it tonight. This will be my first time using this, but I'd like to hear your suggestions if you have done this before. Hey, Janice, hello, and hey, Sue. Thank you guys for saying hi. All right. So the way that I saw this tearing tool used, the slit, is you slide your paper in that slit like so. Is that going to be right? Wait a minute, it's got to be the other way. To hold your paper still, but I'm not seeing how that's, oh, okay. Yeah, I had it the wrong way. Okay, so you slide it in like this, and then I'm going to tear along here. I guess it's just supposed to help you hold your paper still while you're tearing. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna try and use it tonight, but we got to be at the 5 and the 5. Okay, so there we go. I slid my paper in that slit, and then I angled it so that my tearing tool is at that 5-inch mark that we made at the top and this 5-inch mark that we made on the side. Okay. And then we are going to tear. We're going to tear it. I apologize if you hear my dogs upstairs. I'm not sure what's happening. There's probably a leaf blowing around out front or a squirrel running around. All right. So there's our first tear, right? This is our first corner for our layout. We tore that top right corner off, okay? And we're just going to lay that aside because we're using this whole sheet of paper. All right, so now I can take this off, and we're going to do the same thing then from the side to the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and use that slit there so that it's holding my paper for me. And we're going to go from 5 to 5. I don't know if this one's going to work. Yeah, it does. Okay. There we go. So I'm at the 5-inch mark here at the bottom, and I'm at the 5-inch mark here on the side. Just make sure my paper's staying straight on my mat. Okay. And I'm right at the corner, so I want to do corner to corner right there. Corner, and there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to tear this piece down here. There we go. So we're going to set that aside. Okay, so this is what we have now. It looks pretty strange, I know. So now, just to make it easy, because I'm right-handed, and we're going to do the same thing. And to do the same thing, I'm going to just turn my whole mat so that I bring that corner right up here. And so here's my 5-inch and my 5-inch, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tear off this corner. I'm going to tear off this corner. Just to make it easier. If you are left-handed, then probably you'll turn it and do it the opposite way. Okay, so there's 5 and 5. And we're going to tear. I just try and stay along the ruler as much as I can to get all of those fun tears. And then I guess I could just slide this down like this. Stay right there in that slit. Okay, and again, I'm angled from 5 to 5. And we're going to tear. So you're going to make 4 tears. You made 4 5-inch marks. You're going to make 4 tears, and you're going to have a rectangle left over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners and the rectangle. All right. Everybody doing good? All right. So let me grab my album. We're going to get that back over here. If you are using your black cardstock, then grab your black cardstock. Okay, so here's the last page that I have made in this album. And you can see I love to do the corner frames. I think we did this together in one of my Wednesday nights. I just love a frame. I just think that really brings it out. And you've got so much room here for pictures, but you've got some beautiful decorative pieces, some color, some fun on each corner. And it's that simple, just to put that fun little corner on there. So I think I'm going to skip a couple pages just so I don't have 2 pages right next to each other that are corners. And now we're going to lay these out. So, and again, I want mine to be vertical. I guess I could do them horizontal. If I decided I wanted to do horizontal, I guess when you're tearing, you still have, I could still do them in whatever direction I want them. I think I would just have to flip them on the opposite sides. Okay, but we're doing vertical. So you're going to have the one small piece, one large piece over here, and then the opposite over here, large on top and the smaller one on the bottom. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut off a little bit, maybe like 1.5 inches, so that it flows. I love when we do the layouts where they flow across both pages. So we're going to have a piece of this over on the right and then the rest over here on the left. And that's it. that is the layout. And how fun was that? You get to use a tool that you may not have been using very often, or haven't used at all, or haven't used in a while. You get to use a tool, and these tools are so easy to take with you to the crops because they're so light. And then you get to have a fun layout with lots of color in it. All right, so let's get this down on the page, and then we'll start with some other decorations. Now, I usually do use both regular adhesive and repositionable on these types of pieces that have the corners, because I like my corners to lay flat. So I'm gonna put some repositionable all along these corners so that it lays flat on my page. And just make sure I'm lining it up right up there in the corner. And there we go. So there's the top. And now you're going to grab the larger piece. Oops, sorry. Let me move that over a little bit. There we go. Now you're going to grab the larger piece that's vertical, right? That's vertical when you lay it on this side. Like I couldn't use, well, I guess I could use this piece. Either one. Grab one of your larger pieces. I guess they are interchangeable. Just put a little bit of regular adhesive, and then I like to put some repositionable on these corners so that they lay down. And then we're going to lay that right here next to this one down in this corner. Line it up with the bottom. There we go. How fun. How psychedelic with my fun wavy lines. It doesn't take much to make me happy. Wavy line paper makes me happy. All right. So this is going to go. So here's my big piece. That's going to go at the top. This little guy's going to go at the bottom. There we go. And last but not least, corner number 4. I put the silicone mat under it just so the repositionable goes on the silicone mat because it doesn't get stuck to that. There we go. And we're going to put this one up in this corner. I am just really enjoying working on these black refill pages. I just love the contrast between the colors. I haven't used the black in a long time. I think I need some more repo under here. So I'm going to use one of my small repositionable and just give a couple shots of repo. It's just not laying down flat. There we go. I'd like it to be flat against there, not puffing up. All right. There we go. How fun. Okay. Now our rectangle, we are going to put somewhere in here, wherever you want to put it. And I'm going to trim it off, like I said, about 1.5 inches. I'm just going to use my finger to guide me where to cut it. And we're going to lay them so that they're going across both pages. It's just I just love that effect because I feel like that takes your eye across the pages. Okay, so this is a little hard because the edges aren't straight, but it'll be fine. It looks like it's pretty straight with my curves. So, like I said, about 1 inch, yeah, 1.5 inches. is what that is. And let's just go ahead and get our adhesive on here before we open our album back up. And remember, we're using the yellow side of the paper, not the wavy side. We use the wavy side in the corners. Okay, so let's open this back up. Go back to our page here. And then we're just going to line them up. So I want this to be kind of like in the center there of these two pieces. So I'm going to put it down here so that it's in between those two. Move it up just a hair. There we go. So there's my square. And then here is my little piece that we're going to extend over here. I am getting a little bit of puffing up there in the center, so I'm just going to take my repo and run it right along the jeeping. There we go. Much better. So it's not sticking up. Give a little shot of repo. Repo a day keeps the puff away, the sticking up away. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. There we go. Okay. Awesome. How cute. All right. So now we're going to go for some photo mats. And of course, if you are someone who likes to wait on the photo mats, you could pre-cut the mats and then just lay them with your album so that you know this is the mats for this page. I usually just cut my mats into the sizes that I know that I use a lot in my pictures. Like I use 4x6 size. I use 4x4 size. When I am trimming pictures, I'm able to trim them down to those sizes. So I usually don't have any problem with pre-making my mats. All right, so let me do that first. We're going to close the album again. Put that aside. So let's start. I'm going to take a peek at this again, just to make sure we're making sizes that will fit. So if I do a couple 4x6, I have room over here and maybe a 4x4. And then over here, I'm not sure if I'm going to make any mats here because you can lay your pictures right on top of here. So I'll probably wait on that on this side, but I will make a couple for this side. And we'll just double check. I think 4x6 is going to be, yep, 4x6 will be good for that right side of your layout. So I like to do, I'm going to do 4 1/4. That way we have a nice size for a 4x6. And then I'll do 4 1/4, and then I'll just do by 6. That way I have 2 of them. Okay, so 2 4 1/4x6, and then I'll do a 4x4. We're going to have some extra ones, but that's okay. Four by 4, I like the look of them, and I usually can crop my pictures down to fit a 4x4. Okay. So here we go. Let's get to our page again. So we did 4 by 6, and you can lay them out in landscape and portrait. So you have one in each direction. That would be good. See, we've got room. That's perfect. We're still seeing, you know, a lot of our wavy corners there, so we're not covering them up. We decorate with them because we want to be able to see that paper, so we're not covering them up. That's good. And then I have two extra 4 by 4. I can use them over here, and I'm not covering up all the yellow, and then I can put one down here. So that'll look very good. I think we got it. I'm going to try and use my T-square then to lay this straight, since I can't lay it on my mat like I usually do when I'm making a layout on designer paper and not on refill pages. Can't use the mat, but I might be able to use the refill page here. Just getting my T-square against the refill page can be a little tricky. Okay, I think that's straight. I think it's straight. I'm using those lines. I think that looks straight there. Can be tricky, can it? Trying to get those straight. Okay, and then we had this one in portrait. And then we had this one right here. Something like that. And then 2 little 4 by 4s on the other side. What sizes do you guys cut? If you're someone who pre-makes, is there a standard size that you use for your mats, because you know that you'll be able to crop your pictures down to that size? Let us know. We'd love to know how you do it. Lots of options here. For now, I'll just put it over here. There we go. Fun. So now we have some mats, and let's grab our stickers and our borders and our die cuts that go with this collection. I have quite a few here. Let's go for some stickers here real quick. We'll put some of these on to decorate. All right, there we go. All right. If you're just joining, we would love for you guys to say hi and let us know where you're watching from. It's great to meet friends all over the United States and beyond. All right, so I hope I have these straight. It's hard to tell with this. Let me just try this again from, maybe it'd be easier if I use the top. The jeeping is what makes it hard to lay against this. I think what I'll do is I'll do something different. Maybe I can just tell here. Okay, so if I lay my ruler right up against the jeeping should be straight, right? Yeah, that looks straight. This one does not. This one needs to come over just a little bit. So I'm just laying it against this white jeeping so that it's straight, and then just looking at the line on the ruler. So just want to make sure it's straight before I start put some stickers and stuff on it. All right. Very good. Here are the stickers that are part of this collection. Can you dig it? Yes, I can. Let's use that. It just jumped out at me and said, this is the one. I'm just going to use my powder to take the adhesive off because I'm going to put this up on foam squares. And I don't want any part of the sticker sticking down with the sticker adhesive. I want it all raised up with the foam squares. We'll decorate with a title. Here we go. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Where should you be? Can you dig it? I think I'm liking it down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to leave the backing on these two because I'm going to put it on the corner of this. I want to be able to slide the pictures underneath it when I decide which pictures. So I'm just going to take off these two. Leave the backing on these so it's not stuck down to the paper. I can slide a picture under it when I want, when I need to, when I'm ready to. And then I'll put the take the backing off and stick it down at that point. So there we go. We have a Can You Dig It? I just love little flowers. Fun little flowers. This guy's really good. Stuck good to the paper. There we go. We're going to just tuck him in up here in the corner. On the corner of that picture. Fun. And let's put a couple flowers around our sign down here. Can you dig it? We'll put a flower here and another little flower over here. Perfect. Can you dig it? Yes, I can. All right, so let's do something over on this side. I like the right on. Let's do a fun little, we've got butterflies, we've got flowers, we've got flower glasses. There's a lot of yellow going on over here. Let's grab this fun little flower right here. Sticker, there we go. Let's grab this little flower. And we're going to loop him on the corner of our picture. Awesome. Fun little guy. And let's put a couple little hearts. There's two little teal hearts. There we go. All right. I think that will be enough here until I decide what pictures I want to put down. But what a fun layout this was, and easy to do, to tear off the corners and then use that center rectangle in the middle of your paper to decorate. I love it. We've got enough room here for journaling. If you have one of the white pens, the white chalk pens, that white is going to look so great on this black background, whether it's a refill page or it's a cardstock that you used. But what a great way to do your journaling in these areas here right next to your pictures. Put your dates. Don't forget your dates. I I am so terrible with forgetting my dates, and then I try and flip through my album and I don't know where I am in my chronological album. So always put your dates so that you know which year and day you're on. All right. I'm going to flip back over here real quick before we say goodbye. Hey, Angie. Hey, Rita. Thanks for saying hi and jumping on. Great to see you. And I'm going to turn this back on. I think I'm going to turn this back on. Yes, there we go. Oh, there we go. Had to click the right button. Well, thank you, ladies, for watching. It's so great to see you. So great to be with you tonight. I had such a fun time. And I hope you guys will join me on Friday at the Friday Night Virtual Crop. That would be an awesome way to start your weekend, or an awesome way to end your week, is to hang out with some really fantastic ladies. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. And I will be back next Wednesday with another layout. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and week. And I'll see you very soon. Good night.